retaliation. This matchup is actually kind of tough for Roy, as also off stage it is just a nightmare. But honestly, for most stories it is. So there's going to be a lot of back and forth that can be played here, and I'm excited to see it kind of unfold.
And I think as far as the sorties go, right,
Mhm.
Roy definitely one who kind of like Corn in some ways, right? Like we talked about earlier, even though Shattuck kind of ended up cleaning up Monty in pretty dominant fashion. Roy also a sortie that doesn't quite have the normal benefits sorties do against Mr. Game & Watch, right? Those sour spot tippers with a character who can low profile as much as he means that you have to get a lot closer, and once you get close enough for those sweet spots, Game & Watch can up special you, he can nair you, and that's his threat burst range and his time to shine.
Exactly, and then nice parry from Monty, but not holding for the downward angled version of the double edge dance. Always a nice like little ace up the hole to kind of pull out. Ooh,
Okay,
speaking in the hole here. Obviously, Monty on the advantage, on the chase here, but actually survives the edge guard scenario there, Ritual. These two are just kind of feeling each other out.
yeah, right now Monty just trying to get excuse slipping, right? Maybe get a berry there early on and steal something away, but Goblin not giving it to him. Even still, though, just standing your ground means you're still stuck in the corner, and Monty trying to capitalize on that, but not able to push that ledge trap in anything more guarding of a type. So instead, Goblin going to get the coast to coast, kind of push it on back, keep this
Okay.
pressure going, and still just keep Monty sneaking away, trying to find a stock.
Yeah, and typically, oh, there goes the jab, but not getting a turnaround for back air. Only going to have to cash out with a fair, and that's not going to take the stock, so Goblin has to continue to play, but that patented Goblin KO confirmed, soft up air to real up air, really good stuff.
Dude, it's so incredibly clean. Goblin makes it look prettier than anybody else in the business. Right now, it feels like Monty, too, just not able to get anything started because Goblin's saying, hey, I might not be Lucina, but I can use my double-edged dance to pop you up. I can still angle that one, too. And even get out of a berry off the craziest mash in the business. What the heck was that?
Yeah, that was the super armor from the up B, gonna tough it out, tough it through, and not get grounded. A good option for Goblin to kind of get past it.
Yeah, dude, what incredible call out from him to get back to stage. Trying to find the jab, trying to find the grab, but Monty in that perfect in-between range where you want both but get neither. So instead, he's going to hold on here to a second. But Goblin literally, like, they went pretty even back and forth to that first stock. Goblin took the first one, just never looked back, right? Took the second one with just out getting hit and is locked and loaded right now. Monty needs an answer and fast.
Yeah, and that's the Roy way. You kind of just run with that momentum, and I know it's been said time and time again, you know, oh, he's a momentum-based player, but man, when it comes to Roy players, you can't really say anything else because you just run it down, and the player on the other side just has to keep up.
Hold on, can Monty even find another hit here? Because that was a 0 to death on the second stock, and now finally avoiding it there, right? Getting one more, two more now hits. Can he get on the board? Can he find a stock? Because Goblin is playing like a man on a mission, a Roy possessed, and even though he's going to get the slight drag down the trade, going to do just enough for Monty to get a stock. He's not out of the woods yet and has a lot of work left to do to even take this game one.
Yeah, but that jab pushes you off the ledge, and now Monty has to make a tough decision holding shield. Gets the grab, gets snatched right up, and now Goblin resets the scenario. I love how he's using that neutral B. It conditions Monty right off the ledge, and the simplest jab fair possible.
I was going to say, I really appreciate how, you know, of the three Roy players that we see, you see Cola go for a mix of jab fair and jab bear, right?
Sure.
You see Cole, you see Mugen, you see Mugen mostly go for jab bear, and you see Goblin mostly go for jab fair. It's a small confirmed difference, and obviously jab back air, you know, kills the soonest, but it's still cool to see that each has their preference for upside versus consistency versus mix, and you can just see the little playstyle differences because it is really very rare that we have the three best Roys in North America all in the same room.
Yeah, it really feels like a throwback. Forget what the timing was, but we most definitely had like a Roy wave in the meta for a while, and those three were kind of the face of it. It's nice to have them all back at the same venue once again, kind of, you know, making waves in the tournament for sure.
For sure. But speaking of making waves, Monty coming out of the gate swinging gets 44, but because of that top platform and Roy's fast falling capabilities, right, able to just drift back, Goblin resets the situation. Now looking for the up airs to get some juggling going on and finds it here. His Roy is a lot more measured than the high-octane play we've seen from Goblin before, but that does not mean this man does not want to swing like nobody's business.
Yeah, measured is a good word for it, Rituals, as that's exactly what Goblin is. For all you aspiring Roy mains, I most definitely urge you to look at Goblin VODs, as it is a nice fundamental baseline for Roy. He does all the good stuff all in the right places.
And there, right, speaking of good stuff in the right place, is the jab going to lead into that forward air as we were talking about before. No back air needed to close it out, and the tech back to stage. Monty still just not able to find a stock, even when you might expect Game & Watch to lock down these edge guards. As a result, you know, he's still hunting, but at least you're able to I'm sorry, what was that combo starter?
Jeez, just pulling it right out. Made the giant eruption right on his head. This is tough for Monty. Goblin is doing what he wants with him.
Dude, he literally comboed double eruption into double edge dance, and Monty just said, okay, yeah, you got it.
Yeah.
Right, like now, like getting the juggle, he's able to keep it going, finds maybe a stock, not even yet off that, and the key finally gonna be his answer to take one, but it's just not enough yet.
Yeah, it could be too little too late. Okay, it was able to shield the jab, but that could have gone disastrously. As you see here, at that 80% window, that jab back air is going to be as deadly as ever. Speaking of deadly, the double edge dance, edge guard, mud trap scenario. Oh, the up B to get out of dodge. Monty's tried and true. The fire, that up special so good at just getting you out of any scenario, offensively or defensively.
Okay, hold on here. Look at this pressure right now, and the parry from Goblin to get out of dodge. Just the defense from him has been immaculate, and dare I say, the best we've seen from a Roy player so far today. Even though Monty wants to play reactionary, it feels like Goblin is already ready and is committing just enough to find his hits if it works, but when it doesn't, it feels like he's just unpunishable.
Oh, and I love the jab up air opt for there. Couldn't find the jab back air, so tried to, you know, confirm the kill, and there goes a double up air, but no sweet spot.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Just falling out of the multi-hit there, not quite what you want. That move can deal a lot of damage, but it needs to find its mark first. And Monty now finally giving himself a chance to survive, right? Low profiling that neutral air. And Goblin, when it matters most, gets a sweet spot, his first in over a minute to close out that second stock.
Yeah, that's pretty good, and a great way to start the second. This last stock here, Goblin putting on some mix there. But, you know, the uppy just going to be the easiest way to get out of any scenario. And Goblin doing a little bit of a Game & Watch cosplay, doing an uppy of his own.
I really like the way that we're seeing Goblin just stand his ground, right? We're not seeing him move or just hold in nearly as much as other Roys. But because of that, Monty just doesn't know what to expect. He's not going to just pressure you with dancing the blade as fast as possible. He's going to get, right, every hit except the last one, hold that one for as long as possible, and then swing to carve up your shield, right, and catch you dropping like it's a safe, good old Sunday. Instead, Goblin's now up 2-0, and Monty, tournament life on the line, and it feels like he's had nary an answer today.
Yeah, and just the like 3 reps of double edge dance there to kind of end the game it's a rough thing to have done to you, but obviously Goblin is looking at prime form to find his way into the top 8. Hollow Bastion, if you don't already know my thoughts on this stage, I think it's one of the prettiest counter picks we have in the legal rule set. Very excited to see potentially the final game of this set play out here.
I mean, it very well might be, unless Monty can show us something new. We know he likes these juggles. We know he likes the center platform. But with the way Goblin's been playing vertically, I mean, it's going to be a huge benefit for him too, Big M. Right now, though, Monty finally going to get an edge guard to land. He's been looking for those all tournament long, but it's come up just short time and time again. There, though, the up special does connect, and Monty finally has a lead today.
Oh, yeah, and there was nothing measured about that. That was just full brunt edge guarding, and I mentioned it earlier. That's going to be the key to the matchup. If you can kind of get Roy in those awkward positions off stage, that's how you're going to win it.
Yes, sir. Now the chef, right? You can angle it here in ultimate, so able to catch these landings, trap. And Big M, I mean, and he's swinging, but he's not going to find his mark. It's a maze, a minefield, if you will, through these up airs and through these Game & Watch projectiles.
Yeah, but speaking of minefields, it's that jab that you have to watch out for. You know, Goblin cashing out with the fair instead of finding a back air. But honestly, the next jab will spell curtains. You see a falling up air. Goblin just so nasty with how he places his aerials.
I like these bombs left, right, and center, right? Just creating some pressure on Shield for the first time today. Goblin having to fade his back, and while the safety has benefited him so far, now that Monty's really pressuring him, you're seeing him sometimes get a little bit scared to approach, and that's now why Monty is up 3 stocks to 1. And even though we thought Goblin might have a 3 stock in game 1, Monty's showing you that he might know he's not going to be the first one to take one in this top 8 qualifiers.
No, not at all, but that was shocking because I kind of almost forgot that Goblin lost his first stock so early, and he's in a terrible position here to kind of, close this out 3-0. Obviously, Monty looking to put himself on the board with this.
Yeah, I like the double-edged dance once again, right? Goblin has tried to have all the mix in the world, but that one isn't going to do it. The up special not finding its mark, so instead, the down tilt just trying to wall you out, control this platform, holding its edge like nobody's business, and the call out, Goblin just like that. 3 stocks 10 seconds ago, Big M, but now it's an even game.
Yeah, that's a Roy classic, true. You read that roll, and Roy knows what to do after that.
Now, hold on. Now, back air, just the pressure. Left, right, center. One more time. I'm going high, going low, not going to make it land just yet. Monty trying to find a way back, but he's running out of room. Even though he has the lead here, he's going to get the catch, edge, and gonna find it. He found his way out of disadvantage into the landing. And then, hey, don't forget, Game & Watch down smash, it's an anti-air.
Yep. And when it's an anti-air, you have that wonky hitbox that sends straight up a devastating thing to DI, so that stock's just going to be gone regardless.
Yeah, man, and now 2 stocks to 1, or 2 games to 1. 3 stocks apiece.
Yep.
We're going to game 4 territory. We've seen a couple almost reverse 3-0s to reverse 3-0s so far, so, anything's possible. But Monty has got to show us more of the same, and we saw how much of a difference that center plat versus the bi-plat layout can make, right, for Goblin. Back to the bi-plat layout now, and so Monty's got to show us what that extra game worth of adjustments can give him. Yeah.
Adjustments indeed. You can see Monty already swinging out, but Goblin had a very strong showing in those other 2 games. So obviously, it just didn't disappear, or maybe it did just like that stock. The air dodge was errant, and Monty's just going to not upbeat to save you there.
Yeah, dude, a 0 to death, right? To start things off from Monty is exactly the way he wanted this one to go. Catching Goblin, who so far has been so incredibly patient, right? Being just a little bit scared. That air dodge, as you mentioned, just doing so much, and now that even though he's able to get some hits, get some juggles, I mean, Monty's able to answer right back with a lead, keep a juggle of his own going, and Roy having to burn all the resources just to get down. Yeah,
I mean, Game & Watch is one of those characters where you hesitate for even a second, and they can just really rack things up and throw things back into their, in their favor. So you just got to be careful and be decisive whenever you're making decisions.
Okay, double chef here, got you caught at the corner, but where are you going to do that down tilt? So incredibly scary because your only real answer is to catch them dashing afterwards with that down smash. We've seen Monty look for it a couple times now to mixed results, but here, when it matters most, he's doing a good job holding his ground, but it's the up air, back air to close it out. What a confirm from Goblin.
Yeah, a couple reps there into the back air is a beautiful sight to see, but man, Monty trying to put a clinic there on the edge guard, but just drops it at the last second. But you find that back air, and you get another chance at life, bud.
Yes, sir, and if Goblin can make it back, if he can find this one combo just like this, right, Roy's single hit damage can be absurd. Gets a double-edged dance once again, tries to find that up special afterwards, but that flame slash is not going to find its mark. Instead, it's going to be a bomb, but not the stock yet. The fastball to get away, and Goblin somehow fights his way back from the corner again.
Through the fire and the flames, the blazing lion still remains, and there goes a down tilt. Monty has to get out of there. You don't want to get double-edged dance at the edge there, so Monty just going to continue to drop those fares, but it's not enough because Goblin has his bear, not taking the stock though.
Yes, sir, that's the first job back air we've seen so far from Goblin in this set, and that's all he's going to need, even though it doesn't close it out just yet. Right, 108 when he was 0 to death to start the game. This one being even now, I mean, he's got to be happy with this stock so far. He's stretched it, and the up smash looking like Mr. E for a second. Thundercats ho, because Roy is here and he is ready to play.
Oh yeah, but that is the flaming variant. You can see with that multi-hit just drug Monty all the way up to the top.
Yes, sir. Now one more time, looking for that grab on the landing. I like the idea from Goblin, but Monty is a little too disciplined to miss space it that badly.
Ooh.
Even though the early hit means that Goblin can kind of drift his way around, get out of the bomb, but it's the air coming in for Monty, just like that. One stock apiece. Can Monty force a game 5, or is Goblin going to seal it out right now?
Yeah, even though both players are at last stock here, Monty's a little bit in the hot seat because he loses this one. This could be his tournament stock, Mirjul. So I think this is going to be a tough one for Monty to pull back from. But honestly, if he's able to do it, he is in good position for game 5.
He absolutely is, my friend. Hold on. Finds a chef into the neutral air, into the up special, not going to find it. The juggling, now the double edge dance again, keeps the juggle going, but crossing up the dash attack, barely not enough to shield poke. Goblin is playing with fire right now. He is at kill percent, he needs to find a way back down. No air dodge, but going to do so. That platform came into his benefit. Monty, though, locked in and looking to force this game 5, and right now, very poised to do so.
Oh, no. That's a big noggin to kind of end that game 4. We didn't see the up smashes coming out at all, and when they rip it, it's devastating.
And not only did we see the up smash to end it out, but right after the game, and then we cut to those player cams, and we saw that single finger pointed out, run in a circle. Hey, run back, run back. Yep, we're going right back to PS2. We're getting these same characters locked in, and we are just like that, Big M. Not even a chance to breathe. Right into game number 5. Goblin trying to stay fired up. Even though momentum has turned its tide against him. He started off about as hot as you can get against Monty, but this Game & Watch has slowed things down to a crawl since then.
Yeah, and this is just an excellent play from Monty, kind of putting on a show to, at the very least, potentially putting them up. This reverse 3-0 on Goblin is a big feat.
It absolutely is. It absolutely is. And right now, just the down smash going to find it in a stock just like that. The 0 to death right from, or the set opened up with Monty being on the receiving end. Now he gets to dish one out in turn. And Goblin is watching things start to fall apart. He needs to find something, but Monty's spacing has just become immaculate. He has become untouchable, and only 6% on him so far. Even an out of shield option isn't going to lead to an advantage state proper, and now Monty gets the punish. I mean, I don't even know what Goblin does right now.
Yeah, no, you just have to kind of throw caution to the wind and remember what you were doing earlier. That was working. Kind of collect all the information from this set and just compile it and just go. You can't be thinking about, losing your stock super early to that 0 to death. You can't be thinking about what happens if you lose, because that just can't be even a monochrome of your mind.
I was going to say, I don't know if you see Goblin in the player cam right now. Every single hit, he's nodding, he's shifting. Monty, too, even though he's leaned a little too far forward to see. The two players are locked in, but they are nervous.
Nah.
And right now, when nerves come into play, right, no character capitalizes on them more than Mr. Game & Watch. Those super safe, fast smash attacks with armor, with disjoints, that anti-air, do everything you could ever want. Mean that if your opponent starts to make mistakes against you, starts to miss space ceiling even slightly, you have a field day.
Yeah, and field day indeed. Monty looking to put this one and pack it up. It's his game to lose, and all of a sudden, Goblin, all of his tricks, all of his options are just not working at all anymore.
Yeah, man, and from winning a National Arcadian to top 8 at a major, Monty trying to book it, stop that clock at 9 months, going to get it, and just like that, we've got another member of top 8. It's a Game & Watch from the United States, and Monty makes a major top 8.
Very insane stuff there from Monty. A solid bracket performance so far, but only going to get better as they've punched their ticket into top 8, looking to make some moves on loser's side.
Yes, sir. I mean, hey, he made some big moves winning that Arcadian back in January. Now he makes some more in top 8. Folks, I mean, just remember that none of this would be possible without our folks who make this stream happen. This time, it's not the folks giving us a stream to run on, but the folks actually producing it from start to finish. It's KML Tournaments. They go to the community through live productions. You can follow them on all platforms at KML Tournaments on Twitch, YouTube, and Twitter.com. Or if you want to book them for your event today, you like what you saw this weekend, you can book them at KMLTournaments@gmail.com.
Insane stuff.